it has now officially been 1 year since I left Australia permanently, called the people I needed to call and said, hey, take me off the voting records, I ain't coming back. And here's exactly why. In this video, I'm not getting into politics. I'm not getting into the enormous tax rates, the dodgy things the government is putting out, all that sort of craziness. That's not what this is about. This is specific to the things which are going to affect us young people most in day-to-day life when we're trying to get out there, get our money up and our funny up, and go out and live a good life. I want to get straight into the nitty-gritty bits first, boys, and let's talk about money, because that's the biggest thing which is going to influence the decisions we make in our young life. Once we've got lots of money, things become easier. When it comes to money, there are two main things we have to consider. The first is our cost of living, and the second is opportunity costs. You see a lot of people move to Dubai when they have heaps of money because it's a beneficial thing for them. They are spending a ton of money just on their living expenses, far more than we would spend in Australia, but they're also benefiting from it because they've got these high-level networks, they're able to make these big business deals, and they're able to be around people who understand their business far better than they do. And when they learn these things and implement them effectively, it leads to them earning far more money than they lose by living in such an expensive place. But if we're a young person living in Australia and we're paying 45% tax, which is what I was paying 2 years ago before I left, we're spending an absolute butt ton of money just on the grocery shop. If you want to get a stick of deodorant so you can get some ladies, that's going to cost you $1 billion gazillion as well. It doesn't make so much sense if we do not have that massive stack of cash coming in from something which is tied to Australia, something we have to do in Australia. So if you're not some tech CEO in Australia and you've got no real connections, my recommendation to you, which is what I did, would be to find a way to get all your income digitally and then GTFO, son, get out of there. Speaking of opportunity, cost of living, if you get yourself out to a cheaper country, somewhere like Thailand, somewhere like Bali, even if your income online is reduced, you're still going to have more cash left over to spend than if you were in Australia, because your cost of living is so much lower. It's very, very easy to set yourself up to be completely tax-free. So the maths works out pretty quickly on that. The second thing that really plays into our development and the options we have in our life is culture and environment. In Australia, the culture is not fantastic for young people who want to break the status quo, stick their neck out and say, I want to be rich. I want to be that guy. I don't want to live just a normal, true blue, hardworking life and then go to the pub at the end of each day and complain about my wife. Unfortunately, in Australia, a lot of people hate that sort of ambition and they call it tall poppy syndrome. There's even a name for it. That's how you know it's bad. A lot of people want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you do better. They want to see you be average. We can all get along. We can go have beers and tinnies and let's leave it at that. But I don't like that. I want more. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to put myself out there and say, that's pretty basic. I don't want that life. I want to live freedom. I want to be a cool guy. I want to have oodles and oodles of money in my bank account. And if you do too, you should also seriously consider this point. Again, if we go somewhere like Bali, if we go somewhere like Thailand, the people that we're connecting with, other expats, are of a similar mindset. They want to see progress, they want to win, and they want to see other people win. And they want to work with other like-minded people to win together and lift the vibration and explode with success. And you still got your party people that'll come through that you'll see for 2 weeks out of the year before they go back to Australia to keep working. But the general network of people around you, everybody's building something. The focus is growth, and that we can go have some fun when we want on weekends, but we are here to work and everyone understands that and everybody wants to see people win and do good. The third thing, and really what motivates me and the thing that I want to live my life based around, is freedom. Money is fantastic. And the reason why I love money is because money is the currency for freedom. Freedom is the baseline that I'm chasing, not money. And it becomes so much easier to find that freedom when we come to somewhere else, when we get out of our hometown, we get away from all those opinions, we get away from all those systems which are designed to keep us stuck there and unhappy, and we just go anywhere we want in the world and do what we truly want. And the day-to-day freedom I have now is 300 times more than that in Australia. I can live wherever I want. I used to live on an island in Koh Samui, beautiful beaches, beach clubs, Muay Thai gyms everywhere, getting an awesome tan on. Now I live in the city. I want to force myself to grow a bit more. I want to be around more entrepreneurs. So if I roll 2 feet to my left here and look out the window, I've got a fantastic view of the city of Bangkok, and it's really inspiring. And why? Well, because I wanted to. And that's the only good reason you need to do something. Do you want to do it? Go do it. No one should be able to tell you no. Have some fun with it. And so it's warm here. I can get a tan on. I can do whatever I want. I can be around the people I want. And the things that I want out here, when I spend my money on it, it's going to be so much cheaper than doing the same thing in Australia. And so these are all points which cover where we want to be, the things that we want. But what about stuff that detracts from our performance, that taxes us, not only on money, but on time, on energy, on focus, all that sort of stuff? In Australia, that tax is extraordinary. Your commutes to work, paying 45% tax, slow bureaucracy and absolutely everything, having to go vote or you'll get a fine. Like, what is up with that? I don't want to vote. I don't even want to read the news. I just want to live my life, go to beach clubs, make money, get a tan, have sex with my girlfriend, all that fun stuff. The thing I love about Thailand is everything is just simple, streamlined, less stress. The only thing I have to really worry about is, well, what do I want to eat today? Is it 3 months since I last went to immigration and got a stamp? It's not 3 months yet. Perfect, I'll just stay at home and do what I want. Maybe I'll head out later, get some food, go hit a workout. It's all good fun. And a lot of people underestimate the amount of energy and effort it takes to break out of something and get to that point where you're making all your money online, you can do whatever you want. So anything that detracts from that performance or puts you in a state where you're feeling negative and you don't really want to go out that day and smash it out, we have to try and eliminate that as much as possible because we want to live our life in a state where we're feeling as elevated as possible, as ready as possible, as good as possible. Because we want to feel powerful, especially as young men. We want to feel jacked up on testosterone and like we can do anything. And that was so much harder for me to do in Australia than it is for me to do right now in Thailand. And the last thing and the most important thing which you need to think about to make this decision for yourself is your identity and your mission. Because ultimately everyone's life path is completely different. What I want is probably very different to what you want and the next person. And that's the main reason why I left Australia. Because when I was in Australia, I could not become the person that I wanted to be, at least not with a lot of resistance and feeling constant judgment from those around me. But once I left Australia, I could become that person overnight because it was a completely new group of people. Nobody knew me and I could be the person I wanted to be immediately. And no one would judge you for that, and there was absolute acceptance. So take a moment now and just think to yourself, can I be the person I want to be? Can I do the things that I want to do every day to be that person? If the answer is no, I would recommend you look for that alternative straight away and start planning your mission to get out and go on an adventure and finally live the life that you actually want, boys. So Australia will always be where I'm from. People will always be able to tell by my very distinctive, beautiful accent. But where I'm going, it ain't back there, son. It's all the way to the moon, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, boys. As always, subscribe, like the video, share it to everybody you know or else. And I mean that. And as always, lads, I will see you in the next video. Ciao!